Marvel Ultimate Big Brother, My Life as Spider-Man's Secret Weapon. Like, share and subscribe. Episode 11. Fang Bing in the bathroom almost burst out happy. It's it. That's it. Elephant power. If you draw it, you will have the power of an elephant. When an adult elephant is angry, it can overturn a 1.5-ton car. If only I could reach this ability. You can get 1,500 caddies of huge power yourself. This is already about the same as the strength of the American team. Extract. Congratulations on getting to play Mud LV7, what the hell? But it's fine. This zoo is relatively proud. There are also several elephants in the elephant park. Fang Bing opened the miniature portal again. Throw an apple over. Click. The apple was eaten again. But the system didn't respond at all. After waiting for a while, I didn't see any movement, and I was a little puzzled. Open the portal again. Throw one in. Still unresponsive. Fang Bing seemed to understand something. He went out of the bathroom. Back to the elephant park. Keep your eyes peeled. Really? At first, the elephant stood behind the rock. Kneel on the grass with all four legs bent. Facing the dead corner where the portal opened, he opened his mouth and bleed. Waiting for God's gift. Other elephants and baby elephants. Kept out. Can't eat apples at all. Hurried turns. See this scene. Fang Bingchi almost rushed in and beat up the elephant. It's so hateful to eat alone. Walk out of the elephant park. No way. Misstep. People have a lot of eyes. It seems that you can't feed elephants during the day. Let's open the portal again tonight. He didn't bother to fight with the tourists anymore. Simply left the zoo. Wait until tonight to settle it together. Looked for a no man's land. Fang Bing directly opened a portal and returned to the bedroom. I slept back to sleep. It was late at night. Strike again. The portal opened. Fang Bing appeared directly in the toilet of the zoo. Step out. Depend on. Is there a lack of virtue? How come the bathroom still has a locked door? Open again. This time, he appeared directly outside the elephant area. Stand in the monitoring dead end. I looked around. The entire elephant living area was found to be under surveillance. But come tonight. He was fully prepared. Pull a pair of scissors out of your pocket. Draw circles with your right hand. Open the portal directly behind the camera. Scissors reach into the portal. Click. Cut the wires. Now there is finally nothing to hinder. Fang Bing began to open the portal individually in front of each elephant to feed. Soon. Of the remaining 5 elephants in the morning, 3 baby elephants were fed. Congratulations on getting the crusty LV1. Congratulations on getting the elephant power LV10. Congratulations on getting elephant absorbent LV5. Congratulations on getting the elephant power LV10. The emperor pays off. Fang Bing finally got his wish and drew the elephant power. And one draw is 2. Just after the draw. He just found out. It turns out that this elephant force LV10 turned out to be the only ability. Not stackable. Only one works. That's right, 2. If this can also be stacked. That Fang Bing didn't have to do anything. Open portals all over the world to find elephants. Sooner or later, you can get the power of Yantian. But he was already satisfied. Clench your fists. I felt the mighty power on my lower body. Punch out against the tree. Hurt. It really hurts. This punch left a fist mark on the tree though. The leaves of the beaten are flying. But Fang Bing's hand was also almost broken. If you hadn't just gotten a crusty LV1, by the way. Slightly improved defense. His hand was probably bleeding. Really? The physics teacher honestly did not lie to me. The action of forces is mutual. It seems that he wants to fully exert his power. It is still necessary to improve physical fitness. Next. Fang Bing went to the lion area next to him one after another. Lion power LV10, this lion has a huge force of 700 pounds. Acquired in the tiger district. Tiger power LV10, this tiger can exhale 800 pounds of huge force with a slap. Then these 3 abilities began to merge and disappear. In the end, it became an ability. Divine power LV1, you have 3 tons of huge power, reaching the level of elite warriors in Asgard. 3 tons of power. I can already catch up with the immortal palace warrior Sif. That's twice as strong as Team America. Fang Bing was very satisfied. However, there are fewer lions and tigers in the zoo. No other special abilities were acquired. Moreover, as the saying goes, The tiger is just a cat one size bigger. In addition to strength, the body size is larger than that of a cat. I don't think there is much difference between other abilities and cats. Tonight has yielded a lot. But man's thirst for power knows no bounds. Fang Bing was ready to feed all the animals in the zoo before leaving. Save some feed for the zoo tomorrow. But he forgot one thing. The zoo is guarded at night. 3 parks were hacked in a row. No matter how stupid you are, you know something is wrong. Soon security personnel began patrolling the inspections. Fang Bing saw this. I know that this is the only way to tonight. Open the door and leave. Hey, is it the police station? Late at night at the NYPD police station in New York, the police phone rang again. Hello, what help do you need? This is the New York Zoo, and someone just climbed a telephone pole to cut the surveillance. I suspect someone is trying to steal elephants. Tourist surveillance sabotage? Or the beast zone? This is no small matter. In case something really happens. Causing the tiger lion to run outside. That's serious. They eat people. The NYPD immediately sent someone to investigate. Carefully troubleshoot security vulnerabilities. I don't know if I don't check. A check really found something. Pinhole cameras are installed in the zoo bathrooms. What surprised the investigating police even more? It was found in the men's bathroom. Not a women's bathroom. Found by looking at the footage of the pinhole camera. This camera is Elephant Keeper Nicholas. Goo installed. It was found after interrogation. He's a gay. Special hobbies. But none of that matters. It is important. Fang Bing, who opened the portal in the bathroom, did not find this pinhole camera. Honk. 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 Hello, this is S.H.I.E.L.D. The portal has been found again. Episode 12, S.H.I.E.L.D. Headquarters. Tri-curved wing building. Report director, there has been another portal sighting. A one-eyed bald black man with an eye patch. Standing in front of the window, listening to Level 8 Agent Phil. Coulson's debriefing. Maja Fak. What about 2? Stark was kidnapped and hasn't found it yet. Now I don't know where a magician appeared without a trace. The one-eyed black man listened to Coulson's report and cursed. This person is the famous S.H.I.E.L.D. director, Maya Farkman Nick. Fury. After cursing, he sighed, that guy will open the portal, it is impossible for our people to find him. This world is really getting more and more complicated. Agent Coulson already knew about his chief's temper. Not surprised at all. He smiled and said, Chief, this time the situation is different, that magician was photographed. Fury listened. Suddenly became excited. But soon he was disappointed again, just shoot this? Fury turned his head and asked as he looked at the surveillance video. It turned out that after Fang Bing went back that day. Cautiously changed into a set of clothes. Also heavily armed. Cover yourself tightly. Only a pair of eyes is left on the outside. His identity could not be identified at all from the footage. As long as he still uses his abilities, we'll find him sooner or later, won't we? Coulson comforted. Nick Fury sighed and nodded. Meet Captain Marvel when you are young. He was an ordinary S.H.I.E.L.D. agent at the time. There was a fight with the Krees, the Skurus. Only to learn that there are still superpowers and aliens in the world. Learn that there is a huge threat hidden in this world. He began to figure out how to form the Avengers. An Earth Defender team made up of superpowers. In this way, we can fight the unknown dangers of the future. After becoming director of S.H.I.E.L.D. With great power. He began to mobilize all forces to track down those who might have superpowers. But years have passed. There is still not a single superpower in the Avengers. Until these days, I got the news that someone was using the portal. It was only then that he rekindled hope. Be sure to find that magician. Pull him into the Avengers. Monday. The weekends are over. It's school day again. Fang Bing has already got the system though. But he didn't think about dropping out of school. He in his last life. He had left the campus and entered society before crossing. I miss my days on campus. Now God has given him another chance. Do it all over again. Fang Bing made up his mind that he must enjoy such a day. Moreover, the schools here promote happy education. With the fact that I have already studied once in my previous life. His results are always among the best. There is no pressure to study. Enter the school. Start the class. The math teacher brought a girl into the class. Everyone calm down, a transfer student came to our class today, ask her to introduce herself to everyone. Say lead the way. The slightly green girl beside her was revealed. Cute and pretty face. Big slightly playful eyes. Flowing black hair. Bumpy curves. Before she could introduce herself, the boys in the classroom had already whistled. It's so beautiful. Fang Bing sat in the back row by the window. Look at the girl on the podium. It feels very familiar. He didn't wait to figure out who this was. Hello, my name is Sky. Oh. Sky. Shockwave woman. Future S.H.I.E.L.D. director. Her mother is Jiaying, the leader of the Inhuman Earth Retreat Afterlife. A ruthless man who was dismantled into 8 pieces to dig out the heart, liver, spleen, lungs, and kidneys, and can be resurrected by sewing casually. Her dad was Dr. Hyde. A madman who has been transformed by chemical experiments and can be invincible with drugs. It's just that now Sky doesn't know this and thinks he's an orphan. Don't ask Fang Bing why he knows so clearly. The question is that he brushed S.H.I.E.L.D. agents several times in his previous life. To ask S.H.I.E.L.D. agents, who is the most popular? For Fang Bing, it was Sky without a doubt. Gentle personality, but decisive. Forget if you look beautiful, your figure is good. The ability is also cool. Waving your hand creates vibrations. Create earthquakes. The collapse of the mountain building is no longer a word. But how could she be here? And this girly version of Sky is also too sassy, right? Okay, go find a seat yourself. Without waiting for Fang Bing to think clearly, Sky had finished introducing herself. Stand on the podium. Looked at the following circle. When she spotted that unusual gaze in the crowd. So he walked down. Sitting next to Fang Bing. Wait for the math teacher to start the class. Sky looked down and spoke softly. Did you know me before? I don't know, why do you say that? They look at me either narrowly or jealously, and only you are surprised to see me. That's because you were so beautiful that it shocked me before I had time. Hear such honest words. Sky glanced at Fang Bing with her cute big eyes. Can't help but laugh. Then the two chatted quietly in class. Lunch break. Although Sky is very appetizing. But he has other things to do now. Leave the classroom. Gave Matthew a call. Tell him to meet in the grove before. Soon. Fang Bing, who came to the grove in advance. I saw a blind man walking slowly with a blind cane. Oh, this is the bird food I just made yesterday. Fang Bing took out a paper bag. Inside was half a bag of bird food made with a gourmet generator. Thank you so much. Matthew the blind took the paper bag. I grabbed the bird food inside with my hand. Sprinkle on the ground. Soon flocks of birds flew in to peck. Judging from his happy expression, Matthew really liked these little animals. To express my gratitude, let me treat you to dinner in the evening. Episode 13. At dinner, Fang Bing's plan went smoothly and came true. Although Matthew entertained. Just went to M-Key for a quick meal. But Fang Bing went with drinks. When Matthew drank the fruit beer made by the gourmet generator, the system also succeeded in acquiring his abilities. Matthew. Mercado. Super hearing LV10, this man is blind and has incredible hearing. Super olfactory LV8, this man can smell how many hairs you stroked the night before. Super melee combat LV7, this man's fighting skills are very powerful. High school knowledge LV10, this classmate has secretly learned all the high school knowledge. Eloquent LV7, this man must be very suitable for being a lawyer in the future. Playing the game LV6, although this man is blind, his game skills are superb. First aid LV3, this man has a general level of first aid knowledge. Handsome and compelling LV5, although this handsome ruffian is blind, it can attract the attention of more women. Look at the list of abilities of the teenage version of Daredevil. Fang Bing couldn't help but marvel. This is the protagonist template. 15 years old is already so strong. What a talent. What Fang Bing hopes to draw the most is, of course, super hearing. What is Daredevil strongest? It's hearing. And Matthew has the super melee fighting LV7. For Fang Bing before. It's very strong. But now Fang Bing already has a more powerful master fighting LV3. It is several notches stronger than Matthew's fighting ability. Forget it, don't want to. Smoke it. If you can't pump it once, it's a big deal to feed it a few more times. You can get it sooner or later. Congratulations on getting super hearing LV10, hit. Fang Bing felt that his luck today was really bursting. Matthew's abilities are a mess, adding up to more than 20. The first time you draw the most important ones. Simply lucky. In front of Matthew, he did not dare to experiment with his ability easily. Daredevil, who was afraid of his heart, saw the clue. After eating with Matthew, the two went home separately. Fang Bing couldn't wait to start experimenting with his new abilities. Super hearing LV10 turned on. He finally experienced what Daredevil felt like. Close your eyes, everything around you is still in your mind. Pedestrians passing by. Incoming and outgoing vehicles. A man in a suit crackled on a keyboard in a tall building next to the road. 300 meters away, in the hotel's penthouse suite, twins hummed softly. The running cry of a girl 3 blocks away for help. 5 blocks away, submachine guns with silencers burst out. All sounds within a radius of several miles. It's all in your ears. It's so powerful. Fang Bing was not blind like Matthew. But it still didn't affect his hearing. Open your eyes. What is visible or what is not seen? All under control. Step into an uninhabited alley. Fang Bing draws circles with one hand. An orange-yellow portal appeared out of thin air. Entered. Instantly arrived 3 blocks away. The girl cries for help on the roof of a nearby building. Fang Bing has not actually been here. This is after he gets super hearing. A new surprise. Because of the terrain in the super hearing range. Will be in his mind. And that means the portal could open anywhere he could hear. This will be important for him to find other special people in the future. Fang Bing didn't think he was a bad person, but he wasn't a saint. There are so many injustices in the world, he can't manage them. I don't want to do too much like a superhero. Teleport over. Just because he just heard it. The girl who called for help knew herself. To be precise, I just met today. Sky. Your own new tablemate. Look down. On the deserted road, several motorcycles followed behind Sky without hurrying. No matter how Sky runs. It is also impossible to get rid of these people. Little beauty, keep running. You're too naive. Think you can escape if you live in another place? The gangsters on the motorcycles shouted. Fang Bing originally thought it was just a harassment incident. After listening to it for a while, I felt that things seemed to be something else. But he didn't bother to watch this gang grind like clowns. Put on my mask and hood and went downstairs. Head on Sky and the motorcycle gangster. Hey, what are you? Get away. It's not something you can meddle in, the motorcycle gangster threatened. Fang Bing walked forward as if he hadn't heard it. Until within 10 steps. Only then rushed forward. Only then did the motorcycle gang react. I really met the enemy. Raise the gun. Hurriedly fired a few shots at Fang Bing. But was easily dodged by Fang Bing. Master Fighting LV3 and Super Reaction LV7. Ordinary pistols no longer pose much threat to him. Didn't wait for the motorcycle gangster to fire a few more shots. Fang Bing is already close. One slap stunned everyone. This is still his strength. Otherwise, one slap and 3 tons of power are pumped down. The head has to burst. After knocking these people unconscious. Only then did he look at Sky, who was standing in place stunned. Just wanted to speak. Sky spoke first. Fang Bing? Where did you learn Kung Fu? Fang Bing was stunned. He didn't want to reveal his identity. That's why I covered my face. Unexpectedly, he was called by Sky to break his identity. How do you know it's me? Fang Bing took off the mask and asked curiously. But soon he realized. It was the clothes on the body that revealed the identity. During the day at school. Just this outfit. It is not surprising that Sky discovered his identity. Let's go, get out of here first. Looking at Sky, who looked grateful and curious. Fang Bing took her home. Don't think about it. She only went home because Sky said her home wasn't safe. Please take Fang Bing in. It just so happens that the house and the family is big enough. There was extra room. But when you get home. Looking at little Peter with a bad smile. And Aunt May, who is extremely enthusiastic about Sky and always smiles at her aunt, I know. And a box set that was smuggled into a pocket. Fang Bing is already beginning to regret taking Sky home. Episode 14, want to tell me what just happened? Fang Bing took a bottle of beer and handed it to Sky. I'm only 16 and can't drink. Poof. 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 The heartbeat quickened. The blood flow rate also accelerated slightly. I don't believe it. The hand holding the beer still hasn't been retracted. She lied. Now Fang Bing is a personal flesh lie detector. No lie could hide from him. Sky blushed. Took the beer. She did drink beer. And more than once. As a baby, she was abandoned at the entrance of the orphanage. Even if it was later adopted. But it seems that all the adoptive families cannot accommodate her. Every time for a few months, it will be inexplicably sent away. Such a growing experience. Let her often secretly sad and cry. Occasionally, he would steal beer from his adoptive family to relieve his worries. She took a sip of her beer. Just about to speak. Just interrupted. I advise you not to lie to me, otherwise I won't help you again. Fang Bing looked into Sky's eyes. Seriously. Sky looked up at the handsome man with deep eyes in front of him. The heart began to plop again. This time it wasn't because I wanted to lie. Instead, the inexplicable heartbeat accelerated. I can't hold you back, she whispered. You say what happened first, and I'll do what I can. Sky heard Fang Bing's words. Only then slowly recounted what happened. It turned out to be 2 months ago. She just couldn't stand it. Constantly being abandoned by adoptive families. Sneaked away and left Florida. Came to New York alone. After coming to the city. Because there is no money to survive. Just use hacking techniques that you were good at. Stealing funds from a gangster's money laundering account. Originally, everything was done seamlessly. Thought it would not be traced. But I didn't expect that the gangster found it. Tracked down by members of the famous hacking group Hive in the cyber world. Sky's hacking skills are superb though. But because I didn't expect that there would be peer masters. Caught with clues. Identity exposed. A week ago. The gang found his address. By chance. She fled one step ahead. Changed places. Came to live in Queens. But I didn't expect it. This gang of gangsters has such great energy. Just a week. It was found again. If I hadn't met Fang Bing today. I don't know how it will end. Heard Sky's story. Fang Bing had a count in his heart. He knows. Even if Sky was caught this time. It shouldn't hurt either. In memory. Although it is not known what happened in the middle. But Fang Bing still remembered. Sky later joined the hacking group called High Tide. He also became one of the leaders of the High Tide. Presumably even if he didn't save her. After being caught, the most that is, to pay back the money, and then be absorbed into the organization by the people of the rising tide. So you came to school? Sky smirked. I hacked the school's server and forged a transfer certificate for myself. Fang Bing was happy. This little girl is really good. Just how old you are to dare to snatch money from the gangsters. There are also various ways to use hacking techniques to do things. Simply lawless. Then you won't have to return the money to the gangsters, and they shouldn't chase you so tightly when they get the money back. Although Fang Bing had a good impression of the girl, he had a simple way to deal with it. I'm too lazy to bother. Return the money and change your identity. Those gangsters will chase after the idle eggs. By the way, how much did you hack them? Sky weakly compared 2 fingers. 20,000? The little girl's eyes widened. As if to say, you look down on me, the 200,000? Still shaking his head. 2 million? Sky finally nodded. Obedient. No wonder people chase you. Anyone who loses so much money. It's impossible to let you go. Hearing that Sky had so much money in his hands. Fang Bing suddenly had an idea come to mind. Okay, you don't have to pay back the money, I'll help you solve this matter. But you have to borrow me for 2 million, and pay you back 3 million a week later. Do you trust me? This scene is for outsiders to see. He will definitely be regarded as a weird lady who tricks the little girl's lollipop. But the little girl in front of her believed it. Sky held out her jade hand. I believe in you, in a word. It was late at night. Sky had already slept. Fang Bing left the house at this moment. He had already gotten information about the gangster from Sky. We're going to get rid of that tonight. A portal opens in the southeast area of Hell's Kitchen. Fang Bing was dressed in black and hat. Wrapped tightly. Walked out of the portal. I looked at the luxury hotel in front of me. Lend in here. Soon he found his goal. One hand cuts open a portal again. Step out of the back. There is direct access to the bathroom of a suite on the 5th floor of the hotel. After walking out, he looked at the man and 3 women on the bed who were stacking arhats. Fang Bing secretly scolded, really can play. I didn't wait for a few people to react. So he stepped forward and slapped all of them unconscious. Pick up the boss of the Tomahawk gang without clothes. A portal opened and disappeared into the room. The thief captures the king first, and the snake takes 7 inches. This is Fang Bing's countermeasure. When they reappear. Already in the Haleakala crater. This is an active volcano in Hawaii. The crater is filled with scalding red magma. The year before last, Aunt May had traveled here with her. So when Fang Bing thought about how to deal with it, he immediately thought of this. Hey, wake up! Fang Bing helped the boss with one hand to carry the boss above the crater. The other hand slapped him awake. Ah. Good man, spare his life, don't kill me. I'll give whatever you want. Originally, many people were exercising happily to ascend to heaven. I woke up in the blink of an eye only to find myself hanging naked in midair. Beneath you is tumbling magma. What was it like? The Tomahawk Gang boss now knows. Episode 15. Now, let me ask you to answer. How much money does the Tomahawk Gang have left now? Fang Bing carried the Tomahawk Gang boss in one hand and asked coldly. There are 200,000, as long as you release me, they will be given to you. So. Fang Bing threw it upwards hard. The Tomahawk Gang boss flew into the air. The man with a fierce face in front of the little brother screamed in fear in the air. He thought he was dead. The next moment will definitely fall into the magma, and the bones will be gone. But when he falls. But he was caught by Fang Bing's hand again. It's just that this time Fang Bing changed to carrying his calf. The whole person was gasped by the Tomahawk Gang boss hanging upside down in the crater. A sense of escape from death was born. Again, how many more? Fang Bing asked in a more cold tone. With super hearing, it is easy to tell if a person is lying. He had already decided if this man dared to talk nonsense again. Just let go. Anyway, the Tomahawk Gang has no boss, and there must be the second and third old. But where does the boss of the Tomahawk Gang dare to lie? No matter how important money is, life is not important. If you don't have money, you can still make it. If you don't die, the money will be cheap for your own subordinates. I said. I say. And a million. This time it's true. I really didn't lie, Fang Bing nodded. Leave you 500,000, and the remaining 500,000 will be asked for later. The boss of the Tomahawk Gang thought that there would definitely be no penny left this time. Unexpectedly, the other party only needed 500,000. I couldn't help but be overjoyed. There was even a hint of gratitude in my heart for the masked man. Forget the girl who stole your money from today. If I hear that you are bothering her again, next time you will wake up directly in hell. The boss of the Tomahawk Gang then understood why he planted it. Originally, he thought about losing the 500,000. When he turned around, he went to find Sky and quickly recovered the 2 million. Now it's completely frustrated. But today I can save a life. He was already content. Look at the masked man in front of him, staring at himself, waiting for his own position. He quickly swore from the bottom of his heart that he included the entire Tomahawk Gang and would never pursue that matter again. Fang Bing listened to his heartbeat. It was found that there was no lying. Just put him down. Friendly patted him on the shoulder. He said with a smile, yes, how good you have been so cooperative. Since the matter is solved, I will send you back. The boss of the Tomahawk Gang saw the masked man's sudden change of attitude. The heart is even more apprehensive. This is definitely not a normal person. Definitely a perverted psychopath. Laugh cautiously. For fear of being thrown into the volcano with a sudden wave of his hand. But he didn't think much about it. With a wave of the masked man's hand, an incredible orange-yellow portal appeared in front of him. Then he was kicked in. When reacting, finding myself back in my hotel room. And the 3 women were still sleeping. The Tomahawk Gang boss stood in place for 10 minutes before slowing down. He had previously been unconscious when he was taken to the crater by Fang Bing. I don't know how I got by. I always thought I had been kidnapped there. But only now realized. That masked man just now really can't be provoked. It turned out to be a magician. No wonder he was knocked unconscious before. I don't remember someone breaking down the door. It turns out that the masked man was teleported directly into his room. If the other party really wants to kill himself, wouldn't you be able to escape anywhere? When I swore at the crater just now, it's just a promise he made sincerely to save his life. There really was no lying. But he wasn't sure if he would regret it later. And now, the Tomahawk Gang boss completely obeyed. He has made up his mind. Go back and kill the 2 and 3 elders in the gang. Because the money wasn't his alone. The old 2 and the 3rd have a share. If you don't kill them, it certainly won't give up. At that time, the position of his boss will be unstable. There is no old 2 and 3 old. The masked man also left himself $500,000. Enough to sustain the Tomahawk Gang's business. So just start first. His heart was clear at the moment. When the money is gone, you can make it again. The little brother is gone, and you can recruit again. If life is gone, there is really nothing. After Fang Bing sent the Tomahawk Gang boss back to the hotel. And didn't go straight home. Instead, I returned to the vicinity of the hotel. Follow all the way with perverted hearing. Monitor what the Tomahawk boss is doing. Until seeing the Tomahawk Gang boss kill his 2 deputies. He ordered the younger brother not to look for Sky again. And cut off ties with the High Tide organization. Only then did he leave with confidence. But Fang Bing's hearing has a distance limit after all. In a certain penthouse in Hell's Kitchen. A tall and majestic bald man. I am listening to the reports of my subordinates. The annexation plan of the Tomahawk Gang is basically completed, and the number 2 and 3rd figures in the gang have already surrendered, just waiting to implement the last step of the plan. The next day. Another Tuesday. Fang Bing got up and went to school with Sky. The trouble has been solved, and the Tomahawk Gang will never look for you again. Sky, who was drinking coffee, spewed out. Fortunately, Fang Feng reacted quickly. Dodged and dodged. Otherwise, you will definitely go home and change your clothes. Sky, who slowed down, asked with a surprised face, "You're not kidding me, are you? I just got some sleep." What happened? Fang Bing shook his head. Don't worry about the details. Today you open an overseas anonymous account, contact the boss of the Tomahawk Gang, and ask him for another 500,000. Sky was even more surprised. Didn't you wake up? Or a fever? She touched Fang Bing's forehead. There is no fever, why do you talk nonsense? Fang Bing reluctantly opened her hand. You will know if you try it. When I get the money, I'll tell you what to do next. Episode 16, Midtown High School Lunch Break. Say it's lunch break. In fact, there is no time to sleep at all. Class ends at 11:30 a.m. Classes will continue until 1 p.m. There's only enough time for a meal in between. But Fang Bing really couldn't hold on. I didn't go home until midnight last night to sleep. He is only stronger now, and his physical fitness is not much better than ordinary people. Should you be sleepy or will be sleepy? He was lying on the table in a daze to catch up on sleep. A small head with a clear fragrance suddenly came up on the side. I don't know what you did last night to sleep like this. Sky whispered in Fang Bing's ear. I've got the 500,000. How did you do it? The Tomahawk Gang boss saw me contact him, and the transfer was too enthusiastic. Fang Bing was confused and didn't want to deal with her. Turn your head and go to sleep. Sky is still not dead. Big eyes turned. Pick up a strand of hair. Began to scratch Fang Bing's neck. While scratching, he asked, what's next? I really can't be harassed by her. But I really can't get angry. Turned his face to look at the pretty face in front of him. I'll tell you with a kiss. Sky's face turned red for a moment. Rogue, how could she endure this? Growing up so big, because I often change host families. As a result, she has not even had a girlfriend. Not to mention friends of the opposite sex. Although Fang Bing is very fond of Fang Bing in his heart. But she had only known each other for 2 days, and let her take the initiative to do this kind of thing. It was too embarrassing for her. Don't say anything. Sky blushed and also lay on the table and ignored Fang Bing. Seeing that she finally stopped, Fang Bing continued to make up for his sleep with peace of mind. Sleep until the afternoon class bell rings. Raise your head. Look at Sky already sitting upright, looking at the podium. Pretend to be listening to the lecture carefully. Ah hey. What are you pretending to be a fake student? The teachers haven't arrived yet, okay? Come here, tell you now. Fang Bing beckoned and whispered. Sky immediately froze. Immediately got closer and prepared to listen carefully. She had been wedded by Fang Bing's next plan. I endured it for a long time and I couldn't bear it anymore. Sky approached. Fang Bing immediately smelled the vague fragrance on her body again. I can't help but feel a little ape-like. Strong to hold back his thoughts. Forge a fake identity, open an account on a stock exchange through an anonymous account overseas, make sure no one can trace it, and then use all the money to buy Stark Industries stock. Listen to Fang Bing whisper the plan. Sky nodded first. Only then did it react. Huh? That's it? So your next step is to trade stocks? She covered her forehead. Some are speechless. Although she already trusted Fang Bing. But it's not a matter of trust. It's common sense. Everyone knows the risks of the stock market. Ordinary people entering the stock market are basically leaks to be cut. Who can guarantee that they will make a steady profit? Look at Sky's headache. Fang Bing said, "Count me to borrow you, whether you lose or earn in a week, I will pay you back 3 million. Sky shook her head, "I listened to you. I can't keep this money without you. These 2 million would have your share." She didn't expect to make money at all. Fang Bing not only saved her, but also helped her solve the trouble of the Tomahawk gang. Even if she gave all this money to Fang Bing, she was willing. "Well, listen to the lectures, you fake student. See that the teacher has entered the classroom. Ready to start class." Fang Bing turned around and prepared to listen. After all, the SAT will be in 2 months. He also wants to get into a good university and enjoy college life for a few more years. Syllable. A moist feeling came from the face. Fang Bing reacted quickly. But he didn't pay much attention to the girl next to him. Let her hand easily. Of course. Even if you can really react. He won't hide either. 2 people are seated at the back of the classroom. This scene. Most of the students didn't see it. Only a few students in the back row saw it. The boy gave Fang Bing a jealous look. The girl pouted jealously at Sky. After all, Fang Bing was also a handsome guy at school. And because there has always been fitness, tall and strong. Never had a girlfriend yet. For this reason, I don't know how many female classmates' hearts have been broken. Now his school grass has been plucked by a little bitch who has just been here for a few days. It's strange not to be jealous. After Sky kissed Fang Bing, her face turned red. Immediately bury your head like an ostrich. She didn't know why she was suddenly so impulsive. I regretted it immediately after kissing. At this moment, I am comforting myself in my heart. It's okay, I kissed the side face, it's just normal social etiquette. In the desert caves of Afghanistan. What about the future Iron Man tour? Stark has been imprisoned by the 10 Commandments for 5 days. He did not want to help the 10 Commandments help these terrorists produce missiles. Working with Dr. Ethan, who was imprisoned together. The first generation MK steel warframe is being secretly built. Trying to escape from here. And their results are about to be completed. The steel armor that was hidden in the cave has basically taken shape. The other side. Manhattan, New York. Stark Tower. But it was a bleak cloud. Female assistant Pepper. Still trying in every possible way to find a way to rescue Tordo. Stark. But no matter what she tried. It was also impossible to find the kidnapped boss. It was even more impossible to contain Stark Industries. Because the largest shareholder and CEO was kidnapped. A drop in stock price to the bottom. Episode 17, What About Tor? Stark is more than just the boss of Stark Industries. If he's just a manager, it won't affect the stock price too much. The key is that he is also the strongest technical pillar of Stark Industries. Stark Industries, this company, is to rely on Howard Stark and Tor. Stark's father and son's genius technique was established. After being kidnapped, I don't know if I am alive or dead. As a result, the future of Stark Industries is very worrisome. The stock price will fall to the bottom. Of course, some rejoice, others worry. Fang Bing liked Stark Industries' green stock price. He is familiar with subsequent developments. Now tomorrow to Tor. Stark would have escaped safely back to New York. At that point, Stark Industries stock will rise all the way back to normal prices. I didn't have much money on hand before. I thought I would miss this opportunity to make a fortune. But I didn't expect that a Sky Sister suddenly fell from the sky. A large amount of money was sent to him. Don't take advantage of the opportunity to make a profit. I'm sorry, Sky, for this golden koi. And that's not all. Wait for it. Stark returns to New York. After Stark Industries' share price returned to normal levels. He will be because terrorists were found in Afghanistan. Are all weapons produced by Stark Industries and have a bad conscience. A press conference will be held. The permanent closure of the weapons division of Stark Industries was announced. Then, Stark Industries' share price will fall sharply again. When you fall to the bottom. What about Tor? Stark will announce to him that he is Iron Man. Stark Industries' share price will rise sharply again. It's a twist and turn. Fang Bing is already ready to make a wave in this process. Of course, if it is an ordinary person in this world. Dare to buy Stark Industries shares. Unless they also have time gems like the ancient one. The future can be predicted. Otherwise, it is doomed to this ups and downs in stock price fluctuations. Lose money and go bankrupt. Straight up to the rooftop. After school, Fang Bing did not go home directly. Instead, he quietly left Zhongqing alone. Came to Harlem. Get ready to continue your stall business. Harlem is a black community. The only reason why Fang Bing chose to set up a stall here. Luke Cage is here. Maybe in. Fang Bing wasn't sure. His memory is not good enough to remember everything from his previous life. Just remember Luke Cage was born here. He has long served as a vigilante in this community. And Luke Cage has the ability that Fang Bing needs the most at the moment. Super physique. A physique that is 1 point stronger than the American team. Knife and gun. Neither ordinary rockets nor TNT explosives can hurt him. If you can get this ability, Fang Bing's strength will increase greatly. Weapons of ordinary people. There will be no more threat to him. Come to Harlem. See black people all over the streets. Fang Bing silently left again. It would be troublesome to walk straight in with his skin color. Although not afraid. But he didn't come to find trouble, but to do business. There is no need to mess with the wrong side. Got a shop. Another Giga Ultraman mask was purchased to wear. Fully armed. Make sure you don't reveal a trace of your identity. Then he walked into Harlem again. Come to a relatively bustling street corner. Spread out the table, lower the bench, and start setting up the stall. This time he was ready to sell more. 300 chicken rolls were placed on the table. It is intended to cast a wide net. Ding. Congratulations on getting Super Olfactory LV7. Fang Bing just sat down and waited for the diners to come to the door. But in my mind, the mechanical sound of the system suddenly sounded. What's going on? The chicken rolls haven't sold yet. How did you get the ability? Fang Bing carefully examined the system information in surprise. Only to find out that this ability was drawn from the fat cat kitty at home. That's when I remembered. I left a whole bag of cat food at home last week. Aunt May and little Peter feed the fat cat every day. Super Olfactory LV7, this male cat can smell a female cat in heat hundreds of meters away. This ability is exactly what fat cats are born with. Subsequently eat food generated by the gourmet maker. There is only a 1% chance of extracting the ability each time. Fang Bing didn't expect it. That's less than a week. A second ability was drawn from it. How many meals does this fat cat eat a day? Spit on the spit and spit on. He is still ready to give some rewards to the fat cat after he goes back. For example, some small dried fish and the like. After all, both abilities that I get from it are useful. It's time to thank it. After obtaining Super Olfactory LV7, Fang Bing's nose suddenly surged with many mixed smells. 300 meters away, the woman smelled of foxes. Blacks 200 meters away did not bathe for at least a week. Where Fang Bing can't see it on the corner of the street. There is a homeless man nibbling on expired rye bread. The hip-hop teenager at the third-floor window across the road. I got a minimum of 5 shots last night. Not only that. Fang Bing also smelled another man on him. It shows that not all of those 5 shots were picked out by himself. No more. I want to throw up. Hurry up to control your sense of smell and filter out those messy smells. Call. The world is fresh again. Then. Fang Bing realized. He seems to have become a strengthened version of Daredevil. Daredevil Matthew has special abilities, and he basically has them. Matthew also has a super sense of smell. It's also a little stronger than what I just got. He has stronger fighting ability than Matthew. Stronger power, greater reaction speed. And of course, portals. Fang Bing. Special abilities, Super Reaction LV7, Super Vision LV3, Master Fighting LV3, Portal LV10, God Level Power LV1, Super Hearing LV10, Super Olfactory LV7. Auxiliary Ability, Russian Proficiency LV5, Japanese Proficient LV7, Guitar LV8, Autopsy LV7. This strength. In the current initial stages of the Marvel Universe. It's not weak anymore. After all, the big guys haven't come out yet. The world is relatively calm on the surface. Fang Bing was thinking. Diners came to the door. Hello, can chicken rolls be cheaper? Episode 18, hear someone haggling. Fang Bing's head did not lift. He pointed to the sign, standing on the edge of the table. $100 apiece, no bargaining, diners in front of the stall. I touched the only 50 pieces left in my pocket. The face is a little ugly. Reluctantly left. Although square ice is manufactured at no cost. But since the price has already been set, it is no longer possible to modify it easily. Otherwise, every diner has to bargain. Wouldn't I be bored to death? Besides, this chicken roll is not a necessity. It's just a little more tempting. If you can't eat, you won't die of hunger. A lot of people in the Negro neighborhood, because of the conceptual problem, pay attention to timely pleasure. When you earn money, you change hands and use it to smoke, drink, and smoke marijuana. In the blink of an eye, the flowers are clean. I basically can't save any money in my pocket. Though, the power of gastronomy is powerful. In front of Fang Bing's stall, many diners quickly gathered and started eating on the spot. But there are also some people who don't have enough money in their pockets. I can't pay that $100. Some forcibly left. But some are reluctant to leave. Gathered around, there were fewer and fewer chicken rolls on the stalls. Fang Bing didn't bother to deal with these people, because he was busy extracting power. Nicholas. Zhang San. Poison making LV8. Zhang San is good at using chemical knowledge to make various drugs. Drug addiction LV7. Zhang San will always take 2 more puffs after making drugs, and he has practiced superb skills. Bank robbery LV6. Zhang San has rich practical experience in bank robbery. Recruiting prostitutes LV9. Zhang San always knows what to do after he has money and sucks high. AIDS infected with LV10. Zhang San can easily inject AIDS sources into others. Extract. Congratulations on obtaining LV9, uncles. What is this? The black area really hides dragons and crouching tigers. More than 100 people were smoked in a row. Fang Bing also closed his eyes and disabled more than 100 abilities. Because if it is not disabled, he was afraid that he would die on the spot. The only few who have seen it. It's all ordinary abilities. For example, Fang Bing has successfully obtained it through skill fusion. Rap LV9, you can now casually come to Duan Zhoudong's nunchuck. Football LV7, you feel that you can play the national football team with your eyes closed. Endurance LV5, your endurance has improved, and you can easily run a marathon. It's also rewarding. But Fang Bing found the person in front of his booth. The more it gathers, the more it gets. Some people don't leave after eating. Instead, he took out his mobile phone to take a picture and send it to the internet to check in. Some people came up to talk to him. Ask how you made such a delicious chicken roll. Although Fang Bing's performance is very cold, dissuaded some people. But still by this community, people who are naturally familiar with each other are harassed enough. That's it. The point is that Fang Bing found that his chicken rolls were almost sold out. Didn't see Luke either. Cage's figure. Although Luke Cage's abilities are important to him, but he really didn't want to come here a second time. Already thinking about it. If you don't see Luke Cage today, just wait a few days to go around the North Pole. Let's see if you can dig the American team out of the ice in advance. Or go to New Mexico later. Crouching down Thor, that hammer god, can also be considered. As for Dr. Banner, although already turned into the Hulk 5 years ago, but he's harder to find. It is not known in which small African country or Amazon jungle cat is located. Just as Fang Bing was thinking about the future. But suddenly I heard an anomaly a few blocks away. There is a bastard who looks down on Lao Tzu and refuses to sell me chicken rolls, and the brothers help me fuck him. What a thing. Walk. Let him see the power of our Harlem 4, go together and teach him a lesson. Grab his chicken rolls. The black man who just bargained and was rejected by himself. Found help. Want to come back to trouble yourself? Also brought a gun? Fang Bing glanced at the corner of his mouth. Some are speechless. Just sat there quietly waiting for a few people to arrive. Sure enough, a few minutes later, a broken Santana came to the vicinity of the square ice stall. The 4 below looked fierce. Hee, weird black people. Some have guns in their hands. Some carry baseball bats. Straight stunned and walked towards Fang Bing. Fang Bing stood up. Just ready to teach them a lesson. Let them know how many eyes Ma Wangyi has. Out of the crowd of onlookers came a strong black man. Rushed into the 4. After a few clicks, he knocked him to the ground. Boss Cage. We don't know this person is covered by you, so let's go and go, Luke. Cage let go of them. The 4 of them ran back to the car. Hurried away. After helping Fang Bing drive away a few people, Luke Cage walked to the stall. Look at the chicken rolls left on the stall. Embarrassed, he asked, Hey. Dude, for the sake of my help, can you sell me one for $65? Fang Bing was happy to see his operation. Engage in half a day, this goods have already come. Also because of the shyness of the pocket. I haven't bought chicken rolls. You are a superhero and later joined the League of Defenders. How did it mix so badly? Not even 100 pieces. I didn't expect this to kill Fang Bing. Say you're Luke Cage. I can give you 100 free food. No, in order to express gratitude, the rest is yours. Fang Bing said with a very generous smile. Luke Cage listened to this. It was overjoyed. He has long been hungry. If it weren't for the principle of chivalry and righteousness in his heart. Maybe it's going to be snatched with superpowers. Soon. Luke Cage ate the chicken roll. Ate several in one go. The system also successfully obtained his ability list. Episode 19, Luke Cage. Super Physique LV7, this man has invincibility, infinite strength, and enhanced self-healing ability. Basketball LV6, this man's basketball skills are superb, and it is difficult to prevent him if his weight is not up to standard. Rap LV3, this man has a talent for rap, of course, just a talent. Street Dance LV2, this man looks ugly when he dances street dance. Poverty and LV7, this man offended the god of wealth, and he will not be rich in this life. Chrysanthemum Defense Knowledge LV9, the man taught himself a special defense skill in prison. Although Luke Cage's past. Very attention-grabbing. But Fang Bing didn't have time to think deeply now. Because he is worshipping the gods and Buddhas, all kinds of immortals, in his heart. If you come to Buddha, Jade Emperor, OAA, and the 5 creation gods, please bless me once I draw it. Congratulations on getting the basketball LV6, go to the special sister. A bunch of music. Fang Bing's face turned green. I've already gotten rap before. Now I got to play basketball again. Do you want to become in the future? Fang Shukuan, who is good at singing, dancing, and playing basketball. Ding, congratulations on drawing Super Physique LV7. The mechanical sound of the system suddenly sounded. Wake up Fang Bing, who was secretly sad. I looked up at the last chicken roll I had just eaten. A strong black man who is still smashing his mouth. Brother. You will be my brother from now on. Fang Bing stepped forward. Held a look of bewilderment Luke Cage's hand. If you want to eat anything in the future, just look for me, take care of it. Although you are very poor, you must have kissed Lady Luck every day in your last life. Before Fang Bing left, he also instructed with a serious face, if you are hungry, you must find me, Luke. Cage watched Fang Bing leave stupidly. It took a while to react. Groove. You say to be full. Tell me who you are. Otherwise, it's good to give an address. You can give you a call without an address. I don't give any contact information. Also covered tightly and wearing a mask. Where did you tell me to find you? Looking at Fang Bing, who was about to disappear around the corner. Luke Cage decided to catch up. Be sure to get a contact information. Whether you can eat good every day in the future depends on the present. But he was soon disappointed. When he chased around the corner, the man who sold the chicken rolls had disappeared without a trace. Bah, bastard, Fang Bing couldn't hear Luke anymore. Cage scolded himself. After gaining a super physique. At that time, he felt that the muscle density and bone strength in his body were greatly enhanced. Can't wait to find a place to test it out. Directly opened the portal and went to a wilderness. After walking out of the portal. Already in a mountain forest. Find a giant tree that one person can't hold. One punch out. Bang. The trunk was knocked directly out of a tree hole. Branches and leaves are falling. Punch after punch. This century-old tree is finally devastated. Slowly fell. Walked in front of a boulder again. Punch after punch. Hit stone oaks flying. Finally, under Fang Bing's all-out punch. The boulder was torn apart by the hammer. Fang Bing exhaled. Feel refreshed. Since getting Divine Power LV1. He never exerted his full power. This time, I finally knew my true strength. Luke Cage's physique. In fact, it is even stronger than the American team. The reason he can't beat the American team is his fighting skills are so poor. Fang Bing, on the other hand, does not have this problem. Fang Bing not only possesses extraordinary fighting skills. There is also a power comparable to the elite warriors of Asgard. Previously limited to poor physical defenses. I haven't been able to exert my full power. Now got Luke Cage's super physique. Completely made up for Fang Bing's shortcomings in close combat. He is confident. Even if hand-to-hand combat with the current Thor God of Thunder. It's not at all. Of course. Provided that Thor does not use Mjolnir. As for the Hulk. Fang Bing felt that he was still far behind. The Hulk can hammer a Leviathan mechanical behemoth with one punch. And the more angry the stronger. The difficulty of the physics Super Hulk is too high. When Fang Bing tested his strength. News about the mysterious Stallman on the internet also quickly fermented. Looking at the people present, it was filmed. Diners eat chicken rolls like they are drunk. Netizens once thought that this was another marketing campaign. Until the first 2 days near the martial arts hall. Diners who have also eaten chicken rolls have come forward to say so. Netizens are just beginning to believe. There really is such a stall owner who does not show his true face. Take a shot in New York and sell magical chicken rolls in a different place. That chicken roll must have heroin in it. Look at the expressions of those people. Exactly like when I skated with my brothers. You burned your brain with drugs? Who would put drugs in chicken rolls? How much is a chicken roll? That man's chicken rolls sell for 100 pieces apiece. Soon, enthusiastic netizens called the police station to call the police. Report someone poisoning food. The police department did not take it seriously when it received such an alarm. But as the popularity of the internet grows, more and more people are calling the police for idle eggs. Only someone can be sent to investigate. But where can I find anything? Diners who bought chicken rolls spoke in unison. Deny that heroin is added to it. And ask the police. Wait until you find the stall owner. Be sure to inform yourself of the location of your stall. Especially a strong black man with a full belch. The tone of the request was particularly strong. The police did not locate the victim. The suspect for poisoning was not found. It can only be dismissed. After announcing the results of the survey online. Things don't go nowhere. And diners who have eaten chicken rolls. But he didn't give up in the slightest. Especially the diners of the martial arts hall. Haven't eaten chicken wraps for days. It's already gluttonous. Against this background. An unofficial organization. The Chicken Roll God sect was officially established. Episode 20. When I got home, it was already dark. The moment the door opens. Fang Bing saw it. Sky is playing a game with little Peter on the couch. The threat of the Tomahawk gang has been put to rest by him. I thought Sky would go back to his home, but he didn't expect to be at his own home. Why are you still there? Sky gave him a blank look. I rented a house next door, and you don't like it? Seeing that, Aunt May also turned her head to stare at him. I'd love it. Fang Bing hurriedly smiled and said. The house next to my home has been waiting to be rented for a long time. It's good that Sky is willing to move over. Multiple beautiful women as neighbors to raise their eyes. It's a man who probably can't refuse. It's time for dinner. Aunt May served the last pasta. The four of them quickly sat down at the table. Today is Sky's first time to eat at home. You are Fang Bing's classmate and become a neighbor. You must get along well in the future. Aunt May is the eldest in the family. And the culinary chef for this dinner. First delivered a pre-dinner speech. Little Peter and Fang Bing applauded their faces. Sky listened to Aunt May's gentle words. Looking at the few people in front of him. There was a sudden feeling in my heart that I wanted to cry. There is a vague feeling of home. This feeling is exactly what she has been searching for more than 10 years. But what has not been available? Fang Bing's eyes were almost red when he saw Sky. I also understand why she was touched. I know to let Aunt May say a few more words. I'm afraid Sky should cry. Quickly changed the topic. Let's go. Sky quickly try Aunt May's craft. You see that little Peter's saliva is about to flow down. Little Peter listened. I really wiped the corners of my mouth. Fang Bing, you big liar. Little Peter, who found the deceived, complained. Sky burst out laughing at this scene. The gloom in my heart was also temporarily swept away. Finish eating. Sky said goodbye and left. Returned to the newly rented home next door. Lie on the bed. Can't help but cry. She left Florida for New York. Not just to escape from foster care. I even thought of New York looking for the news of my biological parents. That's why she taught herself cyber hacking techniques from an early age. More than 10 years of turbulent foster care. She never felt at home. Never felt true affection. So start small. She has been looking forward to finding her biological parents. Fantasize about finding your parents. Rather, it is even more in the warmth that I have never experienced before. Mom and Dad, where the hell are you? Not long after, Sky, who was tired of crying, fell asleep with tears in the corners of her eyes. Fang Bing lay on the bed in the bedroom. Hear Sky's cries and whispers clearly. But he couldn't comfort him. Although knowing that Sky's father is in New York and has been looking for Sky in every possible way. But Fang Bing couldn't tell Sky. Because of Sky's father, Dr. Hyde. Already crazy. He has long been regarded as a chemical experiment subject by Sky's mother. Although some abilities were acquired. But at a huge price. Irritability, nervousness, extremes, killing. Let Sky see such a father? That's better not to see. It will be even sadder and more desperate to see her. Because that wasn't the father she had in mind. I can't give her the warmth of family affection. As for Sky's mother. The inhuman leader of the afterlife, Jiaying. This woman who has lived for thousands of years is even more vicious. That's right. Sky's mother's power is immortality. He also has a strong self-healing ability. If Sky's father still has good intentions, he is sincere to Sky. It was only injured in the brain by chemical experiments that affected the mind. Her mother, Jiaying, is at the other extreme. She only has herself in her heart. In Jiaying's opinion. In order to achieve the goal, even if you kill your own daughter, it is nothing. Knock knock. Fang Bing was sleeping in a daze and was suddenly woken up. Look up. The morning outside the window has just arrived. Sky was standing in the yard knocking on his window glass. A big smile. I can't see the slightest look like I cried for half a night last night. Hurry up, there's good news. She shouted and knocked. Fang Bing didn't have to think about it. I also know why she is so excited. Get up and open the window. Isn't it Tor? Stark rescued? Sky was stunned. Half-ringing, did not speak. Why, have you never seen such a clever man? Hearing the convenient words, she reacted. I haven't seen it. Sky muttered softly. Covered his nose and ran away. Groove. Fang Bing then remembered that he was not dressed yet. Let a little girl take advantage. Lost a lot. Hurry up and get dressed. When he goes out. Sky was found waiting for him on the side of the road. Look at her again, she has returned to normal. It's just that the smile at the corner of the mouth can't be held back. How did you know about Tor? Will Stark definitely be rescued? She asked curiously. After Fang Bing told her the next step yesterday. She bought Stark Industries stock for $2.5 million. Unexpectedly, I found Stark Industries' announcement on the internet early this morning. What about Tor? Stark is rescued. Came back alive from the terrorists. Even if Sky doesn't know much about the stock market. It can also be guessed how much this news will affect Stark Industries' share price. She originally only thought that Fang Bing was lucky. But hear what was just said. Only to realize. Fang Bing had already known the news in advance. We'll let her buy Stark Industries shares. You can predict the future. What's next? Do you know what to do? Sky was shocked. What's next? Quickly listened. As soon as the stock market opens in the morning, Stark Industries stock will soar. All you have to do is sell all the stocks before the market closes in the afternoon. Finally, use all the funds to short Stark Industries stock.